Troop 4, Philmont crew. I am reaching out to you with a training packet, which is going to be attached to, in part to this email, and there will be forthcoming videos as time goes by. But our senior patrol leader for the trip, Dylan Richardson, asked me to put together a training regiment to get us all ready. And as time would have it, this upcoming Monday, April 20th, gives us exactly 8 weeks to prepare. That is just enough time for us to get ourselves in shape and ready for this trek. On our last call, Mr. Gustafson mentioned that altitude is going to have an impact on us, and I can speak from experience living for a year in Breckenridge that altitude will absolutely have an impact. And the training regiment that I've put together for you is intended to prepare you physically for altitude, but also for what we're going to be in for. So the way this is going to work is every week you're going to have 5 workouts. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays are going to be running days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be body weight days. So the Tuesday, Thursday exercise will not change. That's going to be the same the entire 8 weeks. It's a short exercise. That will be covered in later videos. The running days, Monday will be a hill run. Wednesday will be a soft sand run. And Friday will be a flat ground run. The goal is on all of these to improve our physical shape as well as to expand our lung capacity. You will notice in the beginning, especially if you're not used to running, your lungs might hurt, your chest might hurt a little bit. That's because your lungs are expanding and getting used to it. We're doing that so that, especially at altitude, you can be used to being in an environment that has less oxygen in it. So if you do this all the way through, you will be ready. And it won't always be fun, but you will like the results at the end. And to put it in context, I'll borrow something from Tony Robbins if you come across his name. We want to use pain to achieve some fun and joy. So what that means in concept is we're going to exercise discipline and accountability to get through this next 8 weeks. And if you do that, you will absolutely enjoy the Philmont trip. The alternative is to not be prepared and show up for Philmont, and you're not going to have a lot of fun because it is going to be a tough trip, and you are going to have a hard time catching your breath at that altitude when you're exerting yourself at the level that we are going to be. So some other fundamentals that you need to know that we're going to put in place. We're going to have an accountability tracker. It's going to be on the shared drive. Our goal is that everybody is documenting that they've completed their workouts on a weekly basis. If you miss a workout, please do what you can to make it up. As it relates to finishing the workouts, like all things, do your best. You know your bodies. If you know you can't finish it, do what you can do, then walk the balance, and then document that you did a partial on it. So that's not good or bad. We need to be accountable to ourselves and accountable to others, keeping ourselves in good health. So if there's any questions that come forward, please feel free to reach out to me or Dylan Richardson. Remember to copy your parent or guardian on any communications. And once the stay-at-home orders are lifted, my hope is maybe we can start doing this as a whole group or in small, several groups, depending on time of the day. My advice is get it done in the morning. 7:30 is a good time when the sun's out. You get it done, it's behind you, and the truth is you're going to feel much better the rest of your day, and you'll probably find you're a lot more productive. Mr. Vancinas here, and look forward to seeing you as soon as these orders are lifted.